Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Well, folks, first blood has been drawn. Trump wins the Iowa caucus. Yeah. We see a really, really good result. They had really terrible weather. Blizzard, high winds, wind chill below minus 20 Fahrenheit. It was bad weather. In a caucus, you show up in person at a precinct and vote. It's not done electronically. It's not done in the mail. It's not done anything like that. Each area has a precinct, and you go to your precinct and you vote for who you want in person. In person. So let's check out some of the numbers first. These are the numbers from Fox News. 91% in, Trump with 51%, and you see the rest. 21 for DeSantis, 19 for Haley, and 7.7 for Ramaswamy. Now, right after the result, Ramaswamy dropped out of the presidential race and endorsed Trump immediately and said, I would endorse Donald Trump. I called him and said, congratulations. So his presidential bid is over. Now, here are the Iowa caucus results from the New York Post. As of 2:22 a.m., Trump with 56, DeSantis with 23, 21 Haley, 7.7 still for Ramaswamy. 0.2 for Binkley. I don't even know what the hell that is. I've heard his name once, I think. Well, the thing of it is, my prediction, I said President Trump would get 54%. So that was fairly close. We'll see the final result. It's, what a great showing. Great showing. So first blood has been drawn. Let's read on from the Daily Wire. Former President Donald Trump has won the Iowa caucuses. Trump led the field, sitting at 51% with around 90% of the vote counted. I think he'll end up with 54, maybe 55. I said 54, so I was pretty close. According to Decision Desk headquarters, DeSantis was sitting second with 21.3 and Haley in third. Tech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy was fourth. The race was called with an unusually low percent of the vote counted, as multiple outlets, including Fox, CNN, NBC, and Associated Press, called the race for Trump with just 1% of the vote counted. And that really teed off a lot of people because that really bad weather, people see that it's been called and Trump already won. They might not come in and vote for the others. But, that's just the way it goes. I mean, everybody wants to be first to jump in. With that 1% of the vote in, Trump stood at 53.6. And it looked like the numbers were at 1% were all almost exactly how they ended up. So, you know what? Wah. In his speech following the caucuses, Trump congratulated his opponents, saying they all did very well. I want to congratulate Ron and Nikki for a good time together. I think they actually did very well. I really do. We also want to congratulate Vivek because he did a hell of a job, Trump had. He came from 0, and he got probably 8%. And you'll see there from the Decision Desk headquarters, the media outlets that called the race before many Iowans had even voted were slammed by reporters and commentators. Well, if you're reporters for the networks you work for, what are you complaining about? It's indefensible to declare a winner in that situation before all votes are cast, said National Review. Yeah. Semaphore political reporter David Wago wrote, the very, very early results show Trump winning big, but the early network call is a little questionable. People are still at caucus sites and they have phones. How many people see the call and bail? The numbers came out the same. The numbers they had at 1% or less was the final result. Washington Post reporter noted AP had a policy not to call the winner of the race before all the polls in the jurisdiction are scheduled to close. Tonight, AP, CNN, etc. called the race after the caucus doors closed, but not before all the votes were cast. Pick. People see on their phones that Trump won before voting. Then don't look. If you don't want to know, then don't look. Voters braved below zero temperatures on Monday night, making it the coldest Iowa caucus since its beginning in 1972. Projections show that around 220,000 voters went out to caucus, far below the record of 180,000 that came out to vote in 2016. Can't use 2020 numbers because of these COVID nonsense. Heading into the day, many anticipated weather-suppressed turnout would likely end up favoring the candidate with the most enthusiastic support, as soon to be the falling frontrunner Trump. In fact, several candidates warned against reading too much in the outcome as a result of the conditions. Trump dominated the early polling lead. We all know neck and neck with Haley, and we all know all of that. Trump DeSantis placed strong emphasis on Iowa and its large evangelical base that the Florida governor was hoping to court. And he got some endorsements from pretty big evangelists in Iowa. Very big Christian base in Iowa. The governor's ground game was extensive, and DeSantis completed the full Grassley in December, a tour named after Iowa GOP Senator Chuck Grassley, who visits each of the state's 99 counties each year. Haley, who wasn't initially expected to perform well in the state, jumped in the polls in the last few months. Yeah, we all know about that. Trump is looking to make her case that she stands as the top Republican alternative to Trump and has frequently sparred with the other contenders. Ramaswamy is hoping to surprise the political bureau with a solid performance despite consistently polling in single digits. And like I said, he doesn't say here, but he eventually dropped out and called Trump right away and endorsed him. Meanwhile, numerous sitting U.S. congressmen and senators have publicly backed Trump in recent weeks, solidifying the former president's standing. The DeSantis and Haley campaigns, along with other groups aligned with them, have spent far more than the other candidates on ads in Iowa. Around $37 has been spent on pro-Haley ads in the state through January 12th. It's supposed to be $37 million, compared to $35 million on the pro-DeSantis side, and $18.3 million on pro-Trump ads. Now, think about this for a minute. You're not going to get the nomination. Governor DeSantis, former Ambassador Haley, you're not going to get the nomination. Biden just said he's raised over $100 million in the last quarter of 2023. Well, another, I think, $25 million on hand so far this year. He is flush for cash. That's 60, 70. That's almost $90 million. Basically what President Biden has on hand from the fourth quarter of last year for his $100 million. That could be spent fighting Democrats at the local level for Congress, Senate, governor's races, and, of course, the presidency. Guys, what are you doing? It's amazing to me. Drop out. You gave it a good run. Haley probably did better than everybody thought. DeSantis self-destructed. He never should have ran. Never. Multiple Republican candidates, including Vice President Mike Pence in South Carolina, Tim Scott, have dropped out of the race with former Governor Chris Christie ending his campaign last week. A move projected to provide a slight boost to Haley's campaign. And they list a number of delegates. You need 1,215 to win. And there's 12,429 delegates outstanding in all 50 states and U.S. territories. While the win in Iowa offers candidates some early momentum, Republicans have won, and they mentioned Ted Cruz, Rick Santorum, Mike Huckabee all won, but of course they didn't win the nomination. Next week, candidates are set to face off at the polls again, this time in New Hampshire for the first in the nation primary. Now, it's going to be a lot closer in New Hampshire. They have a different set of voters there. They just do. And it's going to go on and on. I believe early March is Super Tuesday. Trump is going to be the nominee. Period. There's absolutely no question. Absolutely zero question. I'm by the slim fluke of luck that anybody from the other campaign sees this video or somebody shares this video with somebody in one of the campaigns. Drop out now and pool your resources. The Democrats are formidable. They're formidable because they will do anything to win. And I mean anything. You're going to need every person to volunteer, every single vote, and every single dollar. You need to push, push, push. The Democrats are relentless. Relentless. And Haley is just a spoiler. Saw a poll that said 43% of Haley supporters would vote for Biden. Don't dilute the Republican base. Yes, Donald Trump is not a staunch conservative. He never, ever was, ever. At best, he's a moderate. He's always been that way. But certain things like the economy and the border, he is spot on. And those are the two big, huge issues for primary voters and caucus voters in this case. Is immigration and the economy. I don't know why they keep doing it. Maybe after New Hampshire, we'll see. But it'll probably be after Super Tuesday on March, and God knows how many tens of millions they're going to spend, if not hundreds of millions, for absolutely nothing. Nothing. The only people that make any money off of this are the people you buy the ads from. That's who makes out. And the Democrats as well. It's less money to use to run against them. So there it is. Donald Trump, as predicted, wins the Iowa caucus. And coming up soon, the first primary in the nation, New Hampshire, which should be closer. We'll have to see. Anyway, folks, what do you think? You think the other Republicans should drop out and pull all their money together and push for the Republican nominee, which will be Donald Trump? Or do you think they should stay in? What's your opinion? And until next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.